The line for the outside edge of the curb placement is established from the outer edge of the shower's side walls. The curb assembly is separated so that the Pasco liner can be run up into the middle of the curb. The two halves will be put back together, holding the liner upright in place. A 2x4 is used to stabilize the curb from movement while we're working and will be removed later in the process when the area is filled with mud. When we're packing mud and screeding it off to the top of the shower pan spokes, we're also working for a smooth, even finish. The adjustable drain has to be set before the cement dries. Make sure the drain will be flush with your final tile. The curb is set level with a slight pitch toward the inside of the shower and packed with the mud. The purpose of the pitch is to allow water to drain into the shower pan rather than stand on top of the curb. Make sure you talk to your tile shop consultant about the basic tools for each phase of your install so that you're not forgetting anything. Sheetrock or green board will break down if they're exposed to water. Be sure to use cement board instead. When cutting the cement board, we start by scoring it and breaking away the chunks. Use the nippers and a rub brick to finish the edges. As an added precaution against water wicking to the cement board, we'll shim the board a 1/4 inch from the shower pan. Notice that the rough side of the cement board faces out to receive our tile. We screw the board into place at 6 to 8 inch intervals using treated backerboard screws. The backerboard screws are Teflon coated, self-tapping, and are designed to countersink into the cement board. Measure and cut out the holes for fixtures. You should be able to make these cuts with basic tools. Recessed shelves will give your shower a professional look and are something you can easily add to your project. The recessed shelves that we sell are easy to mount with preset holes that attach directly to the studs. "100% silicone is applied here for extra protection against potential movement and water leakage where the plastic meets the cement board. It's a good general rule to apply a bead of silicone anywhere you have different densities or different materials coming together, since these areas run a greater risk of movement. The recessed shelves are designed to have a natural pitch to allow water to drain, but it's a good idea to double check them with a level. The shower stall is finally ready to be tiled. For this installation, we start by dry laying the tile for the floor and marking for adjustments. We do not want sliver cuts going to the outside walls. We start with the floor so that the floor tile will go under the wall tile. This allows the drip line to go onto the floor instead of hitting a grout line. Mark the tile to be cut by the wet saw. Before you begin, you should know that wet saws are far easier and safer to use than they appear. A piece of cement board is adhered with Prolastic mortar and then screwed into place.
When installing a shower seat, it's important to measure how high up you want the shower seat to go. Normally, 18 to 20 inches off the floor is sufficient. There are two ways to install shower seats. One way is to lay the shower seat directly on top of the tile, and the other way, which is most preferred, is that we cut the backer board to the studs so we're laying and resting that shower seat on the two adjacent walls where we're setting the seat on top of the backer board as well as the tile. The next step is to determine how square your wall is. So what we need to do is apply your tile shower seat to the area it's to be installed and check the squareness of the corner. If it's too out of square, we have two options. Either cut the bench with a wet saw to make it square to the corner, or the other way would be to cut the backer board to the studs and install the seat resting on the tile as well as the backer board. In this example, we're quite a bit out of square, and here's where we're measuring on where to cut that seat. With this application, we would be fine in resting the shower seat directly on the tile where the cutting of the backer board would not be necessary. Same out of squareness as before, but notice how we cut the backer board back so that we've got plenty of support for the seat rather than to cut the seat on the wet saw. Apply silicone directly to the tile as well as the backer board for a proper seal when the bench is in place. Give her an extra push, Tommy. Attaboy. One thing that's necessary is we want to keep the water so that it'll drain forward. So here we're checking the levelness of the seat. We want to apply a little bit of a pitch forward so the water doesn't puddle. We'll use wedges and shims underneath the seat to create that pitch. A wet finger does wonders.
You'll appreciate the final result of a shower project like this for years to come. At the Tile Shop, we want you to be completely prepared to imagine, design, and create the space you've been dreaming of. Please feel free to consult with one of our representatives for answers to any questions you have along the way.